Angelina Jolie was born in June 4, 1975 and is an American actress, filmmaker, and humanitarian. The recipient of numerous accolades, including an Academy Award and 3 Golden Globe Awards, she has been named Hollywood's highest-paid actress multiple times. Jolie made her screen debut as a child. Alongside her father, Jon Voight, she made her film debut in Lookin' to Get Out, 1982, and followed with Cyborg 2, 1993. Her biggest commercial successes include Maleficent, 2014, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005, Wanted, 2008, Salt, 2010, and the superhero film Eternals, 2021. She has performed a voice role in the animation film series Kung Fu Panda since 2008. Jolie is known for her humanitarian efforts, for which she has received a Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award and made an honorary Dame Commander of the Order of St. Michael and St. George, among other honors. She promotes various causes, including conservation, education, and women's rights, and is most noted for her advocacy on behalf of refugees as a special envoy for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, a position she held until 2022. Jolie has undertaken over a dozen field missions globally to refugee camps and war zones. Her visited countries include Cambodia, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria, Sudan, Yemen, and Ukraine. As a public figure, Jolie has been cited as one of the most powerful and influential people in the American entertainment industry. She has been cited as the world's most beautiful woman by various media outlets. Her personal life, including her relationships, marriages, and health, has been the subject of wide publicity. She is divorced from actors Johnny Lee Miller, Billy Bob Thornton, and Brad Pitt. She has 6 children with Pitt, 3 of whom were adopted internationally. Early life and education. Jolie's father, actor Jon Voight, attending the 60th Academy Awards in 1988. Angelina Jolie Voight was born on June 4, 1975, in Los Angeles, California, to actors Jon Voight and Markellen Bertrand. She is the sister of actor James Haven as well as the niece of singer-songwriter Chip Taylor and geologist and volcanologist Barry Voight. Her godparents are actors Jacqueline Bisset and Maximilian Schell. On her father's side, Jolie is of German and Slovak descent, while her mother was of French-Canadian ancestry. Jolie has claimed to have partial Indigenous, Iroquois, ancestry. Following her parents' separation in 1976, she and her brother lived with their mother, who had abandoned her acting ambitions to focus on raising her children. That Jolie's mother raised her as a Catholic but did not require her to go to church as a child. She often watched films with her mother, and it was this, rather than her father's successful career, that inspired her interest in acting, though she had a bit part in Voight's Lookin' to Get Out, 1982, at age 7. When Jolie was 6 years old, Bertrand and her live-in partner, filmmaker Bill Day, moved the family to Palisades, New York. They returned to Los Angeles 5 years later. Jolie then decided she wanted to act and enrolled at the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, where she trained for 2 years and appeared in several stage productions. Jolie first attended Beverly Hills High School, where she felt isolated among the children of some of the area's affluent families because her mother managed on a more modest income. She was teased by other students, who targeted her for being extremely thin and for wearing glasses and braces. Her early attempts at modeling, at her mother's insistence, proved unsuccessful. She then transferred to Moreno High School, an alternative school, where she became a punk outsider, wearing all-black clothing, going out moshing, and engaging in knife play with her live-in boyfriend. She dropped out of her acting classes and aspired to become a funeral director, taking at-home courses to study embalming. At age 16, after the relationship had ended, Jolie graduated from high school and rented her own apartment before returning to theater studies, though in 2004 she referred to this period with the observation, "I am still at heart, and always will be, just a punk kid with tattoos." As a teenager, Jolie found it difficult to emotionally connect with other people, and as a result she self-harmed, later commenting, "For some reason, the ritual of having cut myself and feeling the pain, maybe feeling alive, feeling some kind of release, it was somehow therapeutic to me." She also struggled with insomnia and an eating disorder and began using drugs. By age 20, she had used just about every drug possible, particularly heroin. Jolie had episodes of depression and planned to commit suicide twice, at age 19 and again at 22, when she attempted to hire a hitman to kill her. When she was 24, she experienced a nervous breakdown and was admitted for 72 hours to UCLA Medical Center's psychiatric ward. 2 years later, after adopting her first child, Jolie found stability in her life, later stating, "I knew once I committed to Maddox, I would never be self-destructive again." Jolie has had a lifelong dysfunctional relationship with her father, which began when Voight left the family when his daughter was less than a year old. She has said that from then on their time together was sporadic and usually carried out in front of the press. They reconciled when they appeared together in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, 2001, but their relationship again deteriorated. Jolie petitioned the court to legally remove her surname, Voight, in favor of her middle name, which she had long used as a stage name. The name change was granted on September 12, 2002. Voight then went public with their estrangement during an appearance on Access Hollywood, in which he claimed Jolie had serious mental problems. At that point, her mother and brother also broke off contact with him. They did not speak for 6.5 years but began rebuilding their relationship in the wake of Bertrand's death from ovarian cancer on January 27, 2007 before going public with their reconciliation. Career in early work of 1991 to 1997. Jolie Voight began acting at the age of 16, appearing in her brother's student films and music videos. She starred in her first major film role in Hackers, 1995, considered her breakthrough role. In Foxfire, 1996, she played Legs, a drifter uniting 4 teenage girls against a teacher. Jolie starred with David Duchovny in the thriller Playing God, 1997. Her next work, as a frontierswoman in True Women, 1997, was even less successful. Her career prospects began to improve after she won a Golden Globe Award for her performance in George Wallace. Rise to prominence, 1998 to 2000, Jolie first gained recognition for her role as supermodel Gia Karangi in HBO's Gia, 1998. For the second consecutive year, she won a Golden Globe Award and was nominated for an Emmy Award. After Gia, she briefly gave up acting to focus on directing and screenwriting. In 1999, Jolie co-starred with Denzel Washington in The Bone Collector. She played a police officer who reluctantly helps Washington's quadriplegic detective track down a serial killer. Girl, Interrupted, 1999, was her highest-grossing film to date. Worldwide recognition, 2001 to 2004, 2001's Lara Croft, Tomb Raider made Angelina Jolie an international superstar. The film was an adaptation of the popular Tomb Raider video games and launched her global reputation as a female action star. Jolie next starred opposite Antonio Banderas as his mail-order bride in Original Sin. The romantic comedy Life or Something Like It, 2002, marked an unusual choice for Jolie. Jolie played Lara Croft in the 2003 sequel to Tomb Raider, earning $156.5 million at the international box office. Her next film was Beyond Borders, 2003, in which she played a socialite who joins an aid worker. She voiced her first family film, the DreamWorks animation Shark Tale. Alexander, 2004, was met with mixed reception, particularly concerning her Slavic accent. Established actress, 2005 to 2010, Jolie starred opposite Brad Pitt in 2005's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was her highest-grossing live-action film to date. She played Grendel's mother in the epic Beowulf, 2007, created through motion capture. In 2008, Jolie was the highest-paid actress, earning $15 to $20 million per film. She starred alongside James McAvoy and Morgan Freeman in the action film Wanted, 2008, which proved an international success. Angelina Jolie began her career in 2007 with a supporting role in Clint Eastwood's Changeling, 2008. She voiced Tigress in the DreamWorks animation Kung Fu Panda, 2008, the first work in a major family franchise, later reprising her voice role in the sequels. Her first film in 2 years was the 2010 thriller Salt, starring as a CIA agent who goes on the run after she is accused of being a KGB sleeper agent. Now let's see her expansion to directing, 2011 to 2017, In the Land of Blood and Honey, 2011, was Angelina Jolie's feature directorial debut. She conceived the film to rekindle attention for the survivors of the Bosnian War. Maleficent, 2014, was a live-action reimagining of Disney's 1959 animation Sleeping Beauty. The film went on to gross $757.8 million worldwide, becoming the fourth highest-grossing film of the year. Jolie next completed her second directorial venture, Unbroken, 2014, a film about Louis Zamperini, 1917 to 2014, a former Olympic track star and World War II soldier who survived a plane crash and spent 2 years in a Japanese prisoner of war camp. The film received mixed reviews and little award recognition, though it was named one of the best films of the year by the National Board of Review and the American Film Institute. Her next directorial effort was the marital drama By the Sea, 2015, in which she starred opposite her husband Brad Pitt. Some varying critical receptions, 2019 to present. Angelina Jolie's filmography includes roles in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 2019, Eternals, 2021, and Those Who Wish Me Dead, 2022. She is set to star in Pablo Larraín's biographical film about opera singer Maria Callas, titled Maria, and Salma Hayek's film Without Blood. She is attached to produce and star in the thriller film The Kept, an adaptation of the James Scott novels. Humanitarian work. UNHCR ambassadorship. Jolie visited refugee camps around the world while filming Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, 2001. Jolie donated $1 million in response to an international UNHCR emergency appeal. Over the next decade, she went on more than 40 field missions, meeting with refugees and internally displaced persons in over 30 countries. She covered all costs related to her missions and shared the same rudimentary working and living conditions as UNHCR field staff on all of her visits. Jolie began taking flying lessons in 2004 with the aim of ferrying aid workers and supplies around the world. She became noted for traveling to war zones such as Sudan's Darfur region during the Darfur conflict and the Syrian-Iraqi border during the Second Gulf War. Jolie acquired a pilot license in 2004. As of May 2014, she owns a Cirrus SR-22 aircraft and Cessna 208 Caravan aircraft. Conservation and Community Development. Angelina Jolie purchased a national park in Cambodia and turned it into a wildlife reserve named for her son Maddox. In 2006, she expanded the project to create Asia's first Millennium Village, in accordance with UN Development Goals. By mid-2007, some 6,000 villagers and 72 employees lived and worked at MJP, in 10 villages previously isolated from one another. Jolie and Brad Pitt established the Shiloh Jolie Pitt Foundation to support conservation work by the Nongqus Wildlife Sanctuary in Namibia. Child Immigration and Education. She has co-chaired Kids in Need of Defense Kind, a network of leading U.S. law firms that provide free legal aid to unaccompanied minors in immigration proceedings across the United States. By 2013, Kind had become the principal provider of pro bono lawyers for immigrant children. Jolie previously funded the launch of a similar initiative in 2007. Angelina Jolie has co-chaired the Education Partnership for Children of Conflict since 2007. The partnership provides policy and funding to education programs for children in conflict-affected regions. Since April 2013, all proceeds from her jewelry collection, Style of Jolie, have benefited the partnership's work. Jolie is the executive producer of the BBC program My World, which aims to teach teenagers how to think critically about what they read. Human Rights and Women's Rights. In 2007, Jolie hosted a symposium on international law and justice at the Council on Foreign Relations headquarters. She has fronted a campaign against sexual violence in military conflict zones by the UK government. In May 2012, she launched the Preventing Sexual Violence Initiative, PSVI, with William Hague. In June 2014, she co-chaired the 4-day Global Summit to End Sexual Violence in Conflict. The meeting resulted in a protocol endorsed by 151 nations to end such violence. Jolie Pitt Dalton was appointed a visiting professor at the London School of Economics in May 2016 to contribute to a postgraduate degree program at the university's Center on Women, Peace and Security. In February 2022, Jolie visited Washington, D.C., for the Senate introduction of the Violence Against Women Reauthorization Act. She's also an advocate for Cadence Law, a law focuses on trauma-informed court processes, legal standards and judicial training that minimizes the risk of harm to children. Recognition and honors. Angelina Jolie has been awarded numerous humanitarian awards for her work to end sexual violence in war zones and promote gender equality. She was appointed an honorary Dame Commander of the Order of St. Michael and St. George, DCMG, in June 2014 for her services to the UK's foreign policy. Queen Elizabeth II presented her with an honorary damehood in October 2013. Personal life. First, her relationships and marriages. Jolie had a serious boyfriend for 2 years from the age of 14. She has compared the relationship to a marriage in its emotional intensity. The breakup compelled her to dedicate herself to her acting career at age 16. Prior to her marriage to Miller, Jolie began a relationship with model and actress Jenny Shimizu. Angelina Jolie married actor Billy Bob Thornton on May 5, 2000, in Las Vegas. The couple were dubbed Brangelina during their 12-year relationship. She was accused of causing the divorce of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston in 2005. Their family grew to include 6 children, 3 of whom were adopted. On September 19, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. They were declared legally single on April 12, 2019. After Pitt sued her for selling her share of a winery they owned to a third party, she filed a countersuit alleging that he physically and verbally abused her and their children. On a plane in 2016. Children. Angelina Jolie adopted her first child Maddox Chivan on March 10, 2002, from an orphanage in Battambang, Cambodia. The adoption process was halted the following month when the U.S. government banned adoptions from Cambodia amid allegations of child trafficking. She adopted her second child, 6-month-old Zahara Marley, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, on July 6, 2005. Brad Pitt adopted Maddox and Zahara soon after Jolie filed a petition to legally change their surname from Jolie Pitt. Angelina Jolie gave birth to Shiloh Newville, her first child with Brad Pitt, in Namibia on May 27, 2006. During labor, Jolie had fits of hysteric laughter due to the administration of morphine. Pax Tien was born as Pham Quang Sang on November 29, 2003, in HCMC, and was abandoned soon after birth. The first pictures of Knox and Vivian Markellen were jointly sold to People and Hello for a reported $14 million, the most expensive celebrity photographs ever taken. Cancer prevention treatment. Angelina Jolie had a preventive double mastectomy after learning she had an 87% risk of developing breast cancer due to a defective BRCA1 gene. 2 years later, in March 2015, she underwent a preventive salpingo-oophorectomy, removal of an ovary and its fallopian tube, for possible ovarian cancer. Despite hormone replacement therapy, the surgery brought on premature menopause. She discussed her decision to undergo preventive surgery with the aim of helping other women make informed health choices. Jolie's op-eds were dubbed the Angelina Effect after they were published by the New York Times. Reception. Public image. As a child actress, she earned a reputation as a wild child due to her fascination with blood and knives and interest in sadomasochism. Her reputation began to change positively after she became a Goodwill ambassador for the United Nations at age 26. By 2006, she was familiar to 81% of Americans, compared to 31% in 2000. Her Q score nearly doubled to 25 between 2000 and 2006. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were found to be the top celebrity endorsers by AC Nielsen in a 2006 global survey. She was named the world's most powerful celebrity in Forbes' Celebrity 100 issue in 2009, and listed as the most powerful actress from 2006 to 2008 and 2011 to 2013. Forbes cited her as Hollywood's highest-paid actress in 2009, 2011, and 2013, with estimated annual earnings of $27 million, $30 million, and $33 million respectively. Her appearance. Jolie's public image is strongly tied to her perceived beauty and sex appeal. Her most recognizable physical features are her many tattoos, eyes, and full lips. Over time, she has covered or lasered several of her tattoos, including Billy Bob, the name of her second husband. Her sex appeal has been considered both an asset and a hindrance to her career. Jolie is considered a style icon and trendsetter for celebrity fashion. She first began making red carpet appearances at age 10. Her physical attributes became highly sought after among Western women seeking cosmetic surgery. By 2007, she was considered the gold standard of beauty, with her full lips the most imitated celebrity feature well into the 2010s. Filmography: Jolie has appeared in over 30 film productions since 1982. According to the review aggregator site Rotten Tomatoes and infotainment website Screen Rant, her most critically acclaimed and commercially successful films are Playing by Heart, 1998, Gia, 1998, Gone in 60 Seconds, 2000, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, 2001, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, 2003, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, 2004, Alexander, 2004, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005, Beowulf, 2007, A Mighty Heart, 2007, Changeling, 2008, Kung Fu Panda, 2008, Wanted, 2008, Salt, 2010, The Tourist, 2010, Maleficent, 2014, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 2019. Her television projects comprise CBS miniseries True Women and TNT's George Wallace. Jolie was granted citizenship by Cambodia in 2005 as an award for her extensive humanitarian work there. Jolie has directed a number of films, such as In the Land of Blood and Honey, 2011, Unbroken, 2014, By the Sea, 2015, and First They Killed My Father, 2017. Her producing and executive producing credits include In the Land of Blood and Honey, 2011, Unbroken, 2014, Maleficent, 2014, First They Killed My Father, 2017, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 2019. 321, Jolie served as a screenwriter for In the Land of Blood and Honey, 2011, By the Sea, 2015, and First They Killed My Father, 2017.